Hi, everyone. I am Madarelli here with Snehal Pilati, and we're going to present on accelerating Agile and how emerging technologies are transforming software development. My background is in IT project management consulting, and as a certified Scrum trainer, I've been working with a lot of companies over the years with how they can transition from a traditional project management approach to using Agile and often the Scrum framework. And one of the things that we see is that the industry is changing, the market is changing. There's a bigger need now than ever before to adapt to new technologies and see how they can help amplify what we're doing and our practice of Agile, in addition to just changing the way that we work as a methodology or a framework. Snehal, over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Maria. This is Snehal from Boostaro, and I wanted to say that I'm really excited to give this talk to all of you today, really talking about how do we embrace emerging technologies? How do we, my background as an Agile coach, as a person who's been in the software engineering space, working with data, and now it's all about AI. It's about building communities with NFTs. It's about, how do we augment all of these things to increase the agility in the organizations we work with today. So Maria, I'm really super excited to give this talk. I don't know about you, but shall we get started?
Absolutely. And Snehal, this is something that I think is so key for businesses today, because with technology, being able to adapt, we already know that being able to be agile and being able to pivot is a key to success. And with the right guidance, businesses can actually leverage technology and the emerging technologies to stay ahead of competition and gain a competitive advantage beyond just their methodology or way of working. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the key components here. So we know that Agile is an incredible way to work. Many of us are applying this already with our teams today and also transitioning organizations that we work with. We want to also introduce some concepts around AI and how artificial intelligence can help amplify how we work, and coupled with Web3 strategies, how we can help businesses step into the next stage of emerging technologies. And when we combine all three of these together, it really is an accelerated formula for businesses and how they work.
Having an accelerated formula, especially with the way things are moving and the trends in the tech space and the trends in the community and all the all the companies that are coming together, worldwide, right? Trying to build a product globally. Today it's more than important than ever to kind of use something like accelerated formulas to really boost your organization in the right direction.
Yes, and let's go ahead and dive into AI and automation as we start. So when we look at AI and we look at automation, these are two of the most important emerging technologies that businesses can look to embrace. Because when we look at AI, businesses can automate processes and improve efficiency. And this automation can help reduce costs and also increase the productivity, because we can leverage the artificial intelligence and some of these repeatable processes and things and free up our people for more strategy behind how we do the work. Also, this can help us to analyze data and provide insights. Snehal, are there any examples of this that you'd like to share?
Absolutely, Maria. So I think in the AI space, we have, there's so many things that are coming up, with ChatGPT, with OpenAI, and you see the AI wars that are starting, right? Google with their Lambda, Anthropic is there. So we're hearing a lot of companies compete in this space, and it's important that we understand why that is, right? So we really want to use AI to augment what we do. In our day-to-day, software development teams are creating user stories. They're creating test cases. But many of the times they're really struggling with language generation, and it's really important that when we look at language generation, that's what ChatGPT and all of these other tools that are there are meant to do, is to help us refine the language to communicate. And oftentimes we'll see developers needing that help, that extra help in refining the content or the content of a user story to be able to communicate that with the team. So it's really important that we look at AI and see how we can embrace that in our day-to-day. It can actually help automate a lot of tasks. And like Maria, you said, right, really put the focus on connecting with the people or strategizing with the people rather than doing the repetitive tasks that you've been doing all these years, right? So that's, I think, the power of AI is, really automating and augmenting the way we work.
Oh, absolutely. And when we start to look at this, we can then make more informed decisions the more that we can take that step back, we can look at the bigger picture, we can reflect on what's really going on, we can leverage these types of tools and technologies that can help us to amplify how we work. Now let's look at Web3 and blockchain next. When we look at Web3 and blockchain, there's an opportunity for increased security, also to be able to build communities and leverage NFT technology. Web3 and blockchain are two very important technologies that businesses also need to be aware of, because Web3 is really the next generation of the internet. And with blockchain, it's a distributed ledger technology that can be used to securely store data. And so this can all help businesses to increase security, reduce costs, and also create new applications and services that are more secure and efficient than traditional solutions. I'd like to share a few thoughts on this, Nehal.
Absolutely. I think one of the key projects, and Maria, maybe you can shed some light since you've been working with this community. I really enjoy being part of the Star State community. I think as a creators platform, it's something that took me a while to understand. And I think that's what we all need to do, is try to really deepen our understanding of Web3 and what that entails, right? There's so many components. There's the metaverse, there's the NFT aspect of it, there's blockchain. So it's, there's crypto. So it's very easy for someone who doesn't know a whole lot about this area to really just get confused, right? And that was me until I kind of met you, Maria, and I met some other, people in the community that really have help to me with the understanding of what's the difference between crypto, what's the difference between a crypto and NFT, what, it's backed by blockchain. So really understanding these components and deepening our understanding can really help us go a long ways. And I think maybe we're not ready today, but we're definitely going to have to prepare ourselves for the future, because this is the direction that we're going in. And I've been part of so many different NFT communities, Starstake being one of them. I'm really excited to see how we go in that direction and how we evolve. And as Agilists, like, how can we leverage this, right? So talking about DAOs, and if you could shine some light on how you've incorporated, blockchain, the NFT aspect in Starstake would be awesome.
Yeah, and I think this is something that a lot of people, they start to look at and they think this is complex. I don't have time to learn this, or they don't really want to take the time to wrap their head around it. But it's really a lot simpler when you break it down. And so let's back up and look at Web 1. That's where you could essentially, in the very early stages of the internet, you could just read content. It was like blogs or just pages of content and text. And when we went into the world of Web 2, that's where we can read content, but also write it. Now we can create, we can communicate, there's interaction. And when Web 3, you can read it, you can write it, and now you can own it. And so this gets into the non-fungible tokens and the technology there, as well as incorporating the blockchain. And what I think is really key is the capability here, and what's possible for brands and businesses to connect with audiences, to be able to incentivize communities. And there's some special techniques that they can start to apply in their strategies for being able to really pull in their fans and followers and really connect with their community. And so that's one of the things that we're looking with a couple of the different platforms that we're using. We've got many different examples. And just one of them I'll touch on briefly is called Starstake. And it's a platform that's designed to create decentralized creator economies. And so a brand can go ahead and create a landing page and create their own NFTs, where they can determine if they want to give away royalties or rewards and incentivize their fans and people in their network and community, or even provide access, special access. And it's all connected to the blockchain, where we have this ledger where you can tell and prove the ownership of, if you're, let's say, going to an event, you've got a printed ticket, that's something that someone could photocopy or try to replicate. But when we talk about having that non-fungibility and being able to have that record, it adds a lot more security, and it helps us to be able to really leverage new strategies and how we engage our communities.
Awesome, Maria. That sounds like, the whole effort of Starstake is just so amazing. And I that, again, talking about how communities are being built.
Yes. And, many of us are Agilists here. And so we know the importance of being able to adapt and embrace new things in the way that we work and being able to iterate and retrospect on how we work, we can also extend this one leg further into these emerging technologies, which will allow us to respond more effectively to changing market conditions. Because I don't know about you, but I can't turn around a corner of the internet without seeing something about AI and artificial intelligence to write text with ChatGPT, or the images, all of the digital art that's out there now being created. And this does not appear to be going away. In fact, there are businesses that are working right now to figure out how they can integrate this into how they work. And that's the opportunity that we want to share with all of you, is to open up your minds to the possibilities of how you can not only work in an agile way, but be agile about the way that you adopt emerging technology and how we can iterate through it. Because if we wait too long, we're going to be late to the party. We're going to be late to what our competitors might already be starting to look at, and that could remove a competitive advantage. So ultimately, that's what we want to focus on. And so I'm so excited about the more that we're learning all the time about how we can accelerate our businesses with these emerging technologies. And this is just a brief overview of a full presentation that Snehal and I have put together. And we're excited to be able to share detailed case studies, specific examples, software tools, and platforms that we have personally used and gotten results with, and other case studies from others in the industry, to be able to compare and contrast exactly how you can start to see and envision how you can leverage these emerging technologies for your business.
Absolutely, Maria. And I'm just going to add to this last component, right? We want to be agile in embracing these changes. As I've seen just in the recent weeks, right? AI softwares to actually help design applications, right? So there's even from an HCD and human-centered design and design thinking practice, right? We want to respond to this change because it's coming. And with AI, it can actually help us. It can actually augment the things that we're doing. And one thing that I want to tell the audience is, don't be afraid, right? There's nothing to be scared about. This is something that we're going to have to work with. And in the future, I see I see companies already hiring AI interns, right? So, working with AI is going to be another collaboration standpoint. And I think working in an agile way is the mindset that we all need to have. Just like we work with people, we want to encompass AI and also bring AI along the journey. So really, really exciting stuff. And I'm encouraging all of you to learn more about all of these embracing technologies. And with that, this is just the intro of the talk. And again, like Maria said, we'll be sharing case studies, a lot more examples of how you can actually implement this accelerated formula to really drive change in your business. And I, again, can't wait to give this talk. So thank you.